Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you from the Elliott V studio in the expansive Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep 3. As always, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. You guys are doing a great job. Even through kind of the slow times here in baseball season, we're still picking up subscribers each and every day. And we have no one to thank but you guys. So keep up the great work, keep up the great comments, and keep up the likes. That's how kind of the report card on how we're doing. You know, other than the fact of our winning, our record at the end of the day. But that lets me know whether you guys are digging the videos, whatever, and also lets my bosses know whether to keep paying me money or not. So there you go. Give us the likes, give us the subs, and of course, let us know what you're playing. This channel is always all about you guys. What you're digging on, what you're playing today. Playing a little bit of the Deep 3, not playing the Deep 3, tailing, fading. Maybe some tennis got going on. A lot of women's soccer as the knockout round comes today. So, yeah, let us know what you're on when you get them right. You know the drill. We'll give you the shout out at on the end of the next video. And, of course, if you get the most right, if you're the best capper of the day, you will be recognized as the capper of the day. You will be envied by millions and appreciated by all as you wear the crown for 24 complete hours of the capper of the day. And of course, we wouldn't be here without the great folks over at winnersandwhiners.com and statsalt.com. Check out those two fantastic websites as they do deep dives into all the games, all the numbers and all the stories behind the numbers. Check them out, won't you? And of course, check out our good folks over there at pointsbet.com. Greatest prop action anywhere in the world for you folks in the state of New Jersey. In fact, in honor of our sponsor, PointsBet, I'm going to do a PointsBet prop bet today. So stay tuned for that a little bit later. All right, kids. Well, without further ado, let's take a look and do a little recap of today's action. We had the Miami-Philadelphia under, and that ended up being a bad pick, and not as bad a pick as I thought it was going to be as we watched the first inning. And I was writing in the comment section just as that game was starting. I'm not going to lie to you. I got down on the under 9.5, and I watched the first inning. I watched Miami hit. I watched how De Los Santos was absolutely just leaving that slider up just so fat and hittable. Marlins just put up one run, but I pounded the over. After one batter, I pounded the over 9.5. They put 2 men on, a pounded the over 10, and it was. We ended up pushing on the 10, but we loaded up on that, and then we also loaded up on the team total Miami. I waited; it went up to 4.5. I waited to see if they could make an out. They did. It went down to 3.5. I pounced and got down big on the Miami over 3.5 for the team total. So it was a beautiful thing. It was not a good pick for us, but De Los Santos was just dreadful. I had no idea that he couldn't get any more bite on his breaking ball than that, as he just left him fat over the plate all day long. And of course, Jordan Yamamoto, he starts the game with 3 straight walks, throws 8 straight balls, and walks the bases loaded. And here's the part that frustrates me about baseball in general. This is just a quick aside. They got the bases loaded. He walks the bases full. Leadoff hitter comes up. First pitch, swings at it. Dudes, seriously, has nobody seen Moneyball? Anyway, that's just me. So anyway, we lose that game, and we also lost the Atlanta-Washington under, as Soroka looks pretty good, and the 4-3 was that one. Never really got going in that contest. And then our doggy-style pick of the day it's like a purse dog. It wasn't a big dog, as we played Pittsburgh at plus 140. Holy shit. As they had 2 3-run comebacks down to their last at bat, as they put up as San Diego had a 3-run lead in the 9th, and they ended up putting up 3 runs against Yates, who had not blown a save. In fact, he had not given up an earned run the entire season as in the closer role. So they tied that. And then they shat the bed again in the 11th. They gave up 3 runs in the top of the 11th. And damn it, they didn't come back and do it again, as they actually walked it off by scoring 4 in the bottom of the 11th. Pretty exciting game for us, as we had Pittsburgh plus 140. So we go 1-2 on the day. We lose about 3/4 of a unit, go down about 70 on the day. Overall, yeah, not awful, but if you're going to hit one, hit the dog, all right? And on the premium side, tell me if you heard this before, we went 1-1 on the premium side as we had Baltimore, Seattle in the over. That was a laugher. And then we had St. Louis to take care of business at night, and that was not a laugher, as they were just absolutely handcuffed by Tyler Skaggs. Right, that Tyler Skaggs. By the time they started scoring in the ninth, it was too late because they'd already puked up 4 runs in the top of the ninth. So, frustrating game all the way around for us. We go 1-1 on the day, get squeezed toward the juice on the premium side. But on we go with today's picks. Let's start off in the Windy City, shall we? As Atlanta travels to the second city to take on the Chicago Cubs. Pretty good matchup here, as Julio Teheran goes against John Lester for the Cubbies. You know, I kind of went back and forth on this one, trying to figure out what to do. We're going to play the full game over in this one. I also thought about Atlanta team total over, but I think we're going to go with the full Monty here. Now, we don't have a number on this yet because, #Chicago, but the wind's going to be blowing out. I wouldn't be surprised to see 10 guys, maybe even 10.5 here at this one. I'm good with the over all the way up to 11. 10.5 is a play for me. 11 would not be and the reason there very, very simple. We've talked about it before. 10.5, 5-5 makes me a winner. So that's the reason that I like not giving away that extra run when we're on and even with a hook. Okay. So 11's no go. 10.5 is good. I think we'd be 10.5 because we've got Teheran going against Lester. It's a good matchup. We're going to go back to the well with the Braves again. They burned us with the over yesterday. But, remember all the stuff we said about the Braves and the over yesterday still holds true today, all right? Today, they get John Lester, and Lester he's been dreadful, just been dreadful lately. He's got just one quality start in his last 7 tries. He got off to a great start, and for 7 starts to start the season, he had an ERA of 1.16, and then the wheels fell off as he started having his peripherals catch up with him. A lot of people were talking about how he was, kind of getting lucky with his BABIP, giving up a lot of hard contact, hitting right at people, and that's exactly what happened. Since then, he has an ERA of 7.17 and a WHIP of 1.35. Teheran is a guy we spotted before his last start, another guy who was pitching way over his peripherals. And last start, we called it, and his luck actually ran out. Before his last start, he had a 226 BABIP and a 1.9 strikeout to walk ratio. That ain't going to win you many games, all right? And finally, it caught up with him there. That's not going to be sustainable as far as the K rate, not going to win you many games. The BABIP win you a lot of games, but it's not sustainable. Again, we talked yesterday, league average about 290 on the batted balls in play. So, anywho, we say all that to say this. He has a low percentage of ground balls, gives up a lot of fly balls, and guess what? Like we said, wind's blowing out. Bad combination for Julio Teheran right here. Straight out, it's blowing from the south-southwest, which if you remember your Cubs Stadium Wrigley Field diagram, means it is blowing directly from center field out, or from home plate out to center field. Give me the Rova right here. Hopefully 10, all right? And taking a look in the American League East as Toronto takes on the New York Yankees. We're going to play a little pointsbet.com alternative run line here for the first 5. I like the Yankees first 5 minus 1.5 at plus 105, all right? The always dreadful gas can of a pitcher, Aaron Sanchez, goes for Toronto against the old venerable veteran, CC Sabathia for the Pinstripers. This is a complete fade of a very bad Aaron Sanchez, all right? He's awful on the road. He's been awful lately. And here's what's important for our bet. He really struggles in the 2nd through 4th inning, and he really struggles the second time through the lineup, all right? What kind of struggles? Well, in his 2nd through 4th inning, he's got an ERA of 7.75. You want a little more? How about second time through the order? First time through the order, he allows his opponents to hit 246. Pretty darn good. Second time through the order, his opponents hit 347 with an OPS of 1,004. Not bueno at all. The Yankees, They are used to starting hot, as they are fourth in the majors in first 5 run scoring. I like Yankees to get it done here, minus the 1.5 over your first 5. If you can't get that, if you don't have that bet available, I'm just fine with playing the regular run line minus 0.5. Yeah, you're going to you're definitely going to pay a premium price for it, but I like the Yankees in the first 5, especially right here. And we're doing it doggy style once again. As we look at the Chicago White Sox taking on the Boston Red Sox, it's the Battle of the Sox. Lucas Giolito goes for the Pale Hose against David Price for the Rojo Sockys. You know what? We're going to give Lucas Giolito the benefit of the doubt, at least until he burns us twice. He blew up, before blowing up in his last game, he was 10-1 with a 2.22 ERA and a .97 whip. Chicago is still 11-3 in his starts, including 6-1 on the road. The other factor I like here is the White Sox against lefties. They hit .272 against southpaws, and they lead the league in home runs against lefties. David Price, having another fine season. He's doing his Price thing. But the Red Sox, they have not responded well to Senior Price, as they are just 6-7 in his 13 starts this season. Let's do it doggy style, guys. Give me Chicago White Sox plus 153. And while we're at it, we'll take the New York Yankees first 5 minus 1.5 on that points bet alternative first 5 run line. Positive value plus 105. And we'll take the Chicago Cubs Atlanta Braves over. And at the end of those 3 games, we're going to start our Monday off right. Grab up our winning tickets. You guys can join me as we head back to the window. All right, let's take a look real quick. Shameless plug for the premium service. If you'd like to get yourself down on the premium bets, don't forget to follow these links right here. That is our record. We're still 2 under 500 as we go 1-1 yesterday, but as always, we're getting ready to turn on the Jets. All right, there we go. And let's do our shout-outs, shall we? Little shouties for my homies. Pour one out for my homies. We're going to start with James Miles. James had some very kind words for us about being there for him and with some good stuff when he is listening, when he's trying to. He's a single dad raising a son. Hats off to you, brother. That's I have nothing but mad props for single parents. You know what? My wife and I did it together, and the only thing I can say after doing it together for about 27, 28 years is I have no idea how people do it by themselves, all right? It took every one of us doing our very best 24 hours a day to manage not to kill any of our 4. So, James, hat tip, brother, and hopefully wish you nothing but best with your luck, with your bets. James, having said that, he played a 12-teamer today, and I held good thoughts for him, but it did not work out. He missed on I'll tell you what he missed on. He went 8-4, which, if you're playing those straight up, probably a pretty fair day. He missed on Boston against Toronto. I could see that. And he also missed on the Minnesota Twins. Again, faded the Twins against Homer Bailey. Don't look now, guys. Homer Bailey's had 3 good starts in a row. I hate to say it, but, it may be time to bet on Homer. So he missed on Minnesota, and then he also had San Diego and the San Diego-Pittsburgh under. So the San Diego-Pittsburgh under never got close. I was saying, if that San Diego game, if that would have been your last game to hit a parlay, and you watch Pittsburgh come back twice in the bottom of the inning with down to their last at bat, I'd be breaking something. So, I hate to say it, but luckily he lost it before that, because if he didn't, I would have lost it there for you. All right, so Ninja, good to see Ninja back. He took a couple spins on the Dogs, and again, the goddamn Colorado Rockies got so close before they got walked off again by a rookie. He had Baltimore against Seattle. That did not go well. The Red Pill sports writer, he said he's done with the Nationals. Good call. See how that went today. And he respectfully disagreed with me on the Miami-Philadelphia game, and he was correct, as that one ended up going over the total. He thinks it would be a tire fire. Started off like it was going to be a tire fire. And then it just smoldered over there in the corner for a while before flaming up late and finally putting them out of their misery. There was at one point on the 8th inning where it was 6-2 that I thought we might actually sneak out a win there on the under. And, but it did not happen as Philadelphia woke up there a little late just to put up enough to take it to 10. And the Legion of Picks, good to see LOP back. Legion of Picks, he had the Reds no score in the first inning. That came to fruition. By the way, speaking of no runs in the first inning, Joey Lucchese did it again as the Padres held the Pittsburgh Pirates scoreless in the first. All right. And, Legion of Picks. He had the Phillies, he had the Braves first 5. Nope. He had the Rangers on the money line for 2 units. That was a winner. And he had Maria Sakari parlay money line with the under 2.5 sets for 2 units. I'm gonna just I didn't see the numbers on that before it went off, and I'm gonna cap that at a regular -110. So we'll call that a win on a 2-teamer of 0.26 units or 2.6 units. Sorry. So the way I look at this, and he had Benchik for on the money line for 2 units. But at the end of the day, I think what we've got here is a gentleman who's gone 2 and 3, plus hit a 2-teamer. That looks like positive value for me of plus 360. Crash on Spencer. Mr. Spencer's about tired of baseball. He did go 2 and 2 today, but he says, much like Hank Williams Jr., he's ready for some football. Me too. We might even do some CFL this weekend. I'm going to take a look. I saw their schedule. They don't play till Thursday. So we might even have a Rough Riders Argonauts pick or some shit. I don't even know, but we'll take a look at that. I hear you, man. I'm ready for football as well. I told him, I said, usually baseball is my season. That's my jam, and so far we've been a little slow getting started here, man. So tick-tock. I'm certainly waiting for the good picks, and I know you guys are too. Joe DiMartini, again, very kind words for us, man. Joe's a good cat. He says stuff that's makes me blush. It is a very, very highly complimentary. I appreciate it, Joe and or John, and yeah, man, that's always great to hear from the folks out there, especially when they say good things. The astute aardvark was gone all weekend. What kind of screwed up priorities is he at? Probably spending time with the family or something like that. Jesus, what kind of people? Oh, I don't even know about you guys anymore. Good to have the aardvark back. He had a late sniff on the Cardinals' first 5, -130. Yeah, should have just fired out of the game tomorrow, Vark. I like the Cardinals there too, dude. They just didn't have it against. God, do they really? Tyler Skaggs kidding me? All right. Kiss the Degenerate. He said, "Hey, I missed you guys." Damn right. He said he put up Monday's picks. Excuse me. He plays he's playing the Toronto run line, and he's not sure if he's going to play the money line or not. He's got the Mets and the Braves, so I think that's for Monday, right? One of us confused our days, all right. And we'll finish up with more kind words, Robert Stone. So it's always enjoyable and informative. Thanks very much, Robert. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're digging it, even when we're a little on the chilly side. So, with that being said, our capper of the day, the only capper with positive value today. He's the only one that made money. As we say on this show, in the land of the barefoot, the man with one shoe is king. And, Legion of Picks, he actually had 2 shoes on today. Had a nice day. 2 and 3, hit the 2-teamer, plus 360. LOP, Mr. Legion of Picks, you are our capper of the day. Congratulations. And congratulations to the rest of you guys. No terrible days. It wasn't, nobody got wiped off the face of the earth. It was a couple guys, maybe 0 and 3, 1 and 3, something like that. But for the most part, nobody was dreadful. We just couldn't get over that hump, including yours truly. So, you know what? Tomorrow starts a new week. Let's fire at it. You guys have a great Monday, and we'll meet back here tomorrow, and we'll talk all about it. All right? Have a good night, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.